Hello, good evening, everyone. So, how are you all? Okay, so let's start. So,
Brett.
yeah, hi. So, a warm welcome to you all on behalf of JD Jalandhar. First of all, thank you everyone for joining Tech Drill, and I hope you all are doing well and you are safe in this pandemic. So, my name is Bharat Agarwal. I'm a team member at JD Jalandhar. So uh, we started this big tech drill. So basically at GD Jalandhar, we started this initiative named Tech Drill to help our community members to continuously learning and growing. So the main motto of Tech Drill is to make everyone capable enough to learn enough and gain some knowledge about the technologies which we are continue working on. Yeah, so the Tech Drill is basically aims to provide uh, Yeah, Tactile is basically an initiative aimed to provide us a 7 days training session on technologies like Android, ML, Web, Firebase, Flutter, and many others, from basic to advanced level, to hone your skills and to make you understand what the technology is from front to back. Everything we cover from basic level to advanced level. So if you wanted to know more about TechDrill, just visit our TechDrill website, techdrill.jdjalandhar.com. I'll show you in the next slide. Yeah, so this is the website. You can always visit and see what's going on in TechDrill and what are the things required you should know before attending a TechDrill session. And if you want to join the JDG in the community, then hit on to jdg.community.dev/jdg-jalandhar. So here we have like lots of events announcement and lot of community announcements, and we also share newsletters to the members who are the participant of the GDG community. So just go ahead and go to jdg.community.dev/jdg-jalandhar. Yeah, so before going to the sessions, I would like to mention few code of conducts which we follow strictly at JDG Jalandhar. So first of all, be nice to everyone, respectful, constructive, and you see, do not create any things which are against community guidelines. Do not post anything on social media or anywhere if they have adult content or rude or have any type of offensive statement. Do not advertise and promote anything. We also do not do this thing over here. Do not spam. Basically, this is the most important which we face in our communities, that we shouldn't be spamming the things. We should not be posting same thing again and again by different community members. And the second last would be harassment. So basically, at harassment, any kind of harassment is not tolerated in the event, not in the event but in the community as well. And if anyone found harassing anyone, or if anyone being reported, then the community, due to community code of guidelines, the GD Jalandhar can take any action against them. So at GD Jalandhar, we strictly follow harassment policies. We do not encourage any kind of harassment to anyone, and we never tolerate that thing. And if you find anything inappropriate in the community or by anyone from a community member or a speaker, just report it. I'm sorry, actually I'm muted. Yeah, so we'll definitely take any strict against them. So these are few community guidelines. There are lots of, but these are the most important to focus on. So moving on, in this month of September, we month of August, sorry. In this month of August, we are organizing a mega month. So basically, what is a mega month? I hope you all gone through our website, but let me quick give you a brief about mega month. So basically, mega month is under TechDrill only, which is of course initiated by GD Jalandhar, where our community members will learn about different technologies. You see, we have the technologies like web technologies, web front end as back end as well, then mobile technologies, then actions on Google, Chrome extension, and many more. So this will be of 3 weeks. So the first week will be a combine of everything, which will be just about every technologies which we have, like web, mobile, AOG, Chrome extensions. Then second will be more focused toward front-end technologies, and the third will be fourth week will be of back-end technologies. So first week started from today, which is 8 August to 14th August. The second, the week 3 will be from 17th August to 21st August, and the last week will be of 24th August to 28th August. And this is not the end of TechDill. This is only for the mega month. So what's under this week? So firstly, we'll be starting with actions on Google, which is basically an introduction to action on Google. Then we'll be having implementation about actions on Google. How can you build action on Google, and how can you implement your things in action on Google, so that you can just say, okay, Google, and you started doing your things. Then thirdly, we'll be understanding Chrome extensions. What are those? And the next would be hot topics in web, what's currently going on in web. Then hot topics in mobile. Then an overview about JavaScript, and the second will be last would be an overview about JavaScript in bit advanced and maybe practical sessions. So this would be useful for your further sessions. So you, if you have any doubts regarding anything in the TechDill, going on TechDill, you can always post your queries in Discord. So you can just join this Discord server at bit.ly/jdg-discord. So you can always post your queries over there. The mentors are really active over there. They'll reply you as soon as they're possible. So you can join us, but most importantly, do not spam anything over there. Do not do any type of stuffs. Yeah. So without any further delay, I would like to invite Ashwini, who is basically a cybersecurity enthusiast, also team member at GDG Jalandhar. He was a cybersecurity intern, former cybersecurity intern at Gurugram Cyber Cell, and currently cybersecurity intern at ISEC, India. So over to you, Ashwini.
Okay, thank you so much, Bharat, for a great introduction. Let me just share my screen. Okay. I hope it's visible, right? And I'm audible. Okay, that's great. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Hello, everyone. So I'm Ashwani Kumar, and today I will be taking the session on introduction to the actions on Google. Okay, I missed the yes here. Little introduction about myself. I'm Ashwani Kumar, team member of GD Jalandhar and cybersecurity intern. Right now, I'm doing the cybersecurity intern at the ISEC, that is Information Sharing and Analysis Center of India. Then I was a former intern at the Gurugram Cyber Cell, cybersecurity enthusiast. Of course, you got to know about that. And ex-lead of Technophiles, that is one of the tech group in the GNU, that is Guru Nanak Dev University. And I'm a tech enthusiast. That's why I used to explore different kind of tech. So today, as my topic is on AOG, that is actions on Google. So I will be discussing these subtopics under the main heading, that is the actions of Google. So very first, I will be discussing about smart voice system. Fine. So what this smart voice system is all about, and then why it is needed, why it is getting more as a hot topic, or why it is getting popular. So then I will be discussing about Google Assistant, AOG, and how it actually works. So how to work with it, and way to explore more AOG, and of course, what to do next with it, with the information that you're getting today. Fine. So let's proceed further with the smart voice system. So I know, you have seen many of examples for this smart voice system, and every day, every hour, every minute, as I have mentioned that in PPT, of course. So we are saying few words like, "Hey Google," to know something or to get our work done, basically, right? So everyone has enjoyed, and everyone has enjoyed this facility that has been given. So everyone has maybe you and the when it arrives, so everyone has gone through has played with it. Basically, I will say you have played with it with more of the examples like, okay, hey Google, get me this answer. Yeah, funny chats and all. So but as a simple human, we never think about have you ever searched about like this, like, hey Google, how do you work? Why are you so smart? or what's the secret behind your success? Like, have you ever think about this? Like, have you ever like search, or have you ever like gone through like this? uh, well, I guess no, or yes. Like, if you are like if you have already searched about them, then you can say yes. Okay, no, I got one answer, no. So yeah, that's a basic simple human nature, that we don't care. Like, as a simple client, we never bother about these kind of things in any application. Clients are just need to get satisfied with the result or with the output, right? So they don't even bother like what this system is all about. But as a tech enthusiast, as a like student of from the CS department, what you need to do, you actually explore a lot, like how this particular system actually works, right? So that's why we are coming up with this great session on the actions on Google. Fine. So today we will be exploring these kind of things, like how this actually works, how this is actually why we are getting it in the hot topics, why we are considering this in the hot topics, and why it is getting more popular. So why it is needed. So basically, you will be this question actually is why it is getting more like popular or similar, like why it is getting in the trend. So these are just the broad use cases that we have seen, or the like just broad examples of its needed, like its use. But there are many more and more and more. Like, provides a 24 into 7 customer support. What it actually means is, uh, this is actually the customer means like you guys, like who are the clients, right? So you why you are using this? Maybe you are using this as setting up your alarm, maybe setting up your maybe time timetable. Fine. So you to get your work easily done with the help of just a few commands. So, and many more examples such like that, right? So this is how it is actually helping helping everyone around, not only just bigger companies or bigger like tech firms are using, but actually we are using as a normal person or common uh, individual. We are using these kind of facilities, these kind of techy things, right? So next, it is actually enhancing the e-commerce marketing. How? Of course, you must have heard about the digital marketing and the SEO. So it is very helpful in that kind of thing if you are making the project on that SEO and digital marketing, and you can make the use of this AOG, actions on Google, with the help of the Google Assistant. You will be doing wonders and wonders with this. Fine. And then of course eradicates the language barriers. If you're moving like somewhere else, and you're just saying uh, you are moving somewhere else, and you don't know about. I'm on mute. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Someone said I'm on mute. Okay. Fine. So eradicates language barriers. Of course, if I say if you're moving to someone else place, like if you're moving at the place where you don't know about the language, and you can take the use of the Google Assistant for sure. Or you can just simply make your own Google Assistant. How we are gonna make this on? How you're gonna make your own project with this? We will be seeing at the end of the day for sure. And then we having the health streamline operations. That is actually a broad topic again, and we can like go on discussing this, and then we can even have the debate on this, like how you can use this, and then you can just go for the saving time, but automating the different tasks. That is the best thing. Even you guys know like how the automation and kind of thing are overtaking day by day, and with the help of the automation, we are actually getting our task easily done with the help of it. So of course the AOG is actually like enhancing that automation kind of thing, right? Automation, automating your small to small like task, even if you are like sitting at your smart home, and you want to turn on your TV, but you just need to like say, hey Google, turn on my TV, and it's done, right? So it is so like easy, so simpler to do this kind of tasks, even don't going for like hand free operations. I have already mentioned in the second last point. And again, with the smart offices, if you are like engaging, and if you are like integrating the AOGs and actions on Google with the IoT, then you will be like seeing the amazing, and you will be wondering with the result of integrating both kind of things, right? So even not only just smart offices, smart homes, and smart city, you can do a lot and lot with this. Fine. So that's why I mentioned like many more. So this is how it is helpful to you. Now the next thing is Google Assistant and actions on Google. So that's the next thing. Uh, what we need to know is there is actually the difference. So at the very, if you are a beginner, at the very beginner level, what we do, we are not aware, we are not, we don't even get a concept clear like this is actually the different thing, and we thought like okay, Google Assistant is similar like the actions on Google. It is like mostly the same, but actually it's not. Google Assistant is actually the platform where your actions are gonna be performed. Fine. So in your mobile devices, in your smart Google Home, if you're having the Google Home, if you're having the Google Mini device, what you are using the Google Assistant. That is actually the platform where you will interact with the backend actions that are gonna perform. Fine. So if you say what's the weather today, where you're gonna say that, like you're not directly gonna go on the actions on Google every time, and you're not gonna like perform the actions with maybe going on the website, particular website, and setting up it like that will be increasing your day by data, right? So that's why you are having one platform where you will be using that you are using on your devices, that will be helping you to process the query and giving you the exact and the most accurate answers, right? So that is the Google Assistant. So next come actions on Google. Of course, if you are seeing the difference, you get to know like that is the particular platform, and now actions on Google, that is that extend the functionality of the Google system with actions. So this is what is happening, and that is what is helping the Google Assistant to work properly. Fine, to extend its functionality as have been mentioned in the PPT. So basically, actions allow the users to send the simple command to the Google Assistant and to complete the things, to complete up the task, and to get the accurate result with that. If you're like engaging with it and you're getting the task with it, like you're performing some kind of task, if you're turning on your lights, if turning off your lights, and maybe managing the heat of your oven. So that is a particular task, and where you are giving that that particular command, that is actually with the help of the platform, that is Google Assistant. Fine. So I hope that you guys are clear with the difference between the both. If not, then we will be discussing and illustrating with a great example in the upcoming slide. Let's take a look at that. So this is how that everything is working. Fine. So okay, as you can see, let me just okay. So here we are having the user who is actually requesting some kind of actions to perform, through some kind of device. So here in this example, we are taking the Google Home, but it's not like only Google Home. You can take your own mobile device, or you can just take the Google Mini for that. And what you're doing in the device, you are having the Google Assistant. You will be opening the Google Assistant. Like if you're doing that in your mobile, then you actually start with the conversation. Fine. And then in the assistant, the assistant asks the Google to invoke the best app. Like you are requesting some kind of actions to perform, and at the backend, this is some kind of Google action that is like maybe giving you the output of that, whatever you have requesting for, and it sends the response of that to the Google Assistant. Google Assistant is again getting back to you. Fine. So this is how this like small and the very easy example to understand how this both platforms are working together to give you the more accurate result. Fine. So here even you get clear with the difference too. Another example we can say here, I'm not taking the example of the conversational app conversation kind of thing, but here what I'm doing is actually using the app. Now, what I want to do, like I have already mentioned in the previous slide, that we can do the automation kind of thing, right? So, what kind of automation has been done? You are ordering the pizza from some kind of app. So you are actually doing the automation kind of thing with the particular app on your device. So you are using the Google Assistant, and there has been some kind of code written at the backend which will be processing when you are gonna ask Google Assistant to work with, and you are gonna give the command to the Google Assistant, and that will be processed here. And after that, that will be like fulfilling the user's requirement, or fulfilling that particular task that has been asked by the user. So if you're ordering some kind of if you're ordering pizza from some kind of app, so here it is actually using the app, and it will be ordering. If we search for the pizza, it will order the most whatever pizza you most often order. Fine. So this is what you can do. So this is one of the great example for the automation kind of thing, and for the app users for too. And again, another example that we can take here is the smart home that I have mentioned. Again, with the similar like the smart home, you can take the smart office or smart city. But here, in the example of the smart home, what you can see, you can simply, with the help of the Google Assistant, you can simply go and turn on the TV, turn on your smart TV for sure, not the black and white one. Fine. So it's obvious. So if you're having that smart TV, and you're gonna say the simple command, and you're gonna say like turn on the TV, and it will turn it on. Fine. If you have done with all the setup and all, and then you can say like turn on the light, and smart light will turn on. And these are like different kind of tasks that you can do in your smart home. Fine. You can just manage the heat of your oven, and you can just run the dishwasher, playing your favorite song, if that you must have done that, right? So you must have done with a favorite song, you must have done that chat with the Google Assistant for sure, and you're getting the most accurate result. Most of the time, you're getting the accurate result. So that is how it is helpful in the various ways. Okay, let me just okay. Let me just open the interface, and let me just show you, so that it will not go a boring session. So even you can see how this interface looks like, and you can start working up with this. Fine. Start exploring basically. So when you explore, you of course you start working with that. Okay. Go. Let me just reshare with the full screen. Let me know when it is visible. I hope it is. Okay. Okay. So here, when you come on the console .googleactions.google.com, then you will be getting on this kind of page where you will be getting the new project if you haven't done any one. So of course, I'm just having the project name. I have already created one of the project name with YouTube. Fine. So what it will be going, it is a very simple process. You need not to do any headache kind of thing is there. So just simply give out the name, and you can just create that. Fine. So another thing that you can do is build your actions, and you can just add up the actions. After creating on the build, you will be getting on this kind of page, and this is where you will be starting your actions. Fine. So again, after clicking on this, you have to build it. I will be building that. Now, what is it? It is redirecting my page to the dialog flow, like you can see on the screen. So now what is this dialog flow all about? Fine. So, okay. So this is okay. So dialog flow is actually the natural language. This is basically the NLP, that is the natural language, natural language programming. So programming language, and that will be converting the NLP to the machine machine code, and then and the vice versa, so that you can perform the basically whatever you are gonna do with it. And it is a different platform. I'm not saying that it is actually linked with only linked with the actions on Google. Fine. So Dialogflow is actually a different platform that is actually engaged or integrated with the actions on Google do it to perform the task with a more ease. Fine. So it is the as have been mentioned here, understanding the platform used to design and integrate the conversational user interface into the mobile apps, web application. Like you can go on creating the different bots and chatbots that is the different project that you can go for after learning the actions on Google for sure. And this is the different platform that is actually going to help you. And now, as you can see here, I will be explaining that in the details. Don't worry. So if you want to see more info, you can just visit dialogflow.google.cloud.google.com, and you can just go and see it there. Fine. Okay. So let me just explain you with another and with like a diagram flow, so that you can understand where the dialog flow actually comes into the picture. Because in the previous one you have just seen that the Google Assistant and the particular action. Fine. So how that particular action is actually getting performed, and you are getting the result from that, that has been done with the help of the dialog flow agent. So basically dialog flow, and I will be explaining you. You are able to see here just user is actually giving again that is actually requesting for some kind of thing, some kind of task or some kind of information. So to the with the help of the Google Assistant, that is the platform. Fine. So that with the help of that platform, that request has been sent to the dialog flow. Now what dialog flow is actually having the agent, simple like the topmost like agent, which is actually will be working here. Fine. So then you are having the intents here. Now what intents? As you can see, like different kind of intents. Now to explain the intent, I would like to take the example of your resume. While making your own resume, what you do, you make different kind of sessions, right? You just can't write anything at the random. You can just mention, okay, I have been passed from this particular college with this CGPA, and then you are writing your own skills, and then again you are writing that, okay, I have done my 10th and my plus two from this school, particular school, right? So you don't mix up the things. You actually write the things in a particular section wise, right? So that helps to understand the whole flow, and even to make the work better, right? So that is where the intent comes into picture. That you can just simply say like this is the one of the broad folder in which, like if you're mentioning the education. So inside the here you can name it as the education, where like you can just create the sub intents, not sub intents, but actually the intents after giving the name, and then you will be like performing the different kind of tasks here, mentioning the different kind of tasks that has to be performed, that has to be mentioned in that. Fine. So after like the agent and intent, okay, sorry. So this is how your intent, and from here you will be getting your data to the Google Assistant and to the user from that. Then in the case of the static kind of information, fine, if you are not having anything to process. So what if I need to get the process the data? So suppose you need to get if the user is mentioning 2 plus 3, like getting me the result of the 2 plus 3. Now you just can't make the intent, always make a new intent like okay, 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. You have to give the result as 5. You will not mention, because numbering like can't is never get finished, right? So like there are so many kind of thing. If today the user is a user want the result of 2 plus 5, then maybe tomorrow he will be going to search for the 1 plus 3. Fine. So that is a simple programming kind of thing. So even if you have done the programming, what you do, you actually define some kind of variable, and you store a particular whatever the user has asked for, you store that into the variable, that value into the variable, and then you process that whatever operations that has to be performed over there, and then you give the result, right? So that is actually giving you the dynamic result. So when you need to get the dynamic result, you need to you will be taking the use of the dialog fulfillment over there. Fine. So here it is taking the parameter extraction, and at the backend you will be writing the whole code, how it is gonna process and how it is the operation that has to perform over the given raw data or over the input of that has been taken from the user. Fine. And then it has to be like a particular output that will be given to, at the platform, that is Google Assistant, and through the platform user will be getting his accurate result. Fine. So this is how whole process is going on. Even more and you can just include more and more. You can include the Firebase, you can include different servers over there. So this is just a basic flow, just a basic thing. When you start working on the different projects, you will be exploring more and more, and you will see how wonder projects you can make with the help of this actions on Google. Fine. So here you can see, yeah, we are having two kind of things, like a default welcome intent to default, and we can create more intent here. Create intent. I can create a new intent with the help of this, and that will be and adding up the more tasks that has to be give to the user when he is asking for. Fine. So that we will be doing tomorrow. No worries with that. So now, what is this default welcome intent? Suppose if someone is asking for, okay, suppose if someone is asking, okay, someone is greeting you. Fine. If you are saying, hi, hey, fine. Just saying, hey Google. So, but even Google after response, hi there, how are you doing, or something like that, right? There is always some kind of welcome, to greet someone, to welcome someone, right? So this is how you're gonna add up. That is the default kind of default intent, the welcome intent. If someone is asking for your resume, that's the project that you're gonna do tomorrow. You're gonna learn and make tomorrow. So if someone is getting the result, okay, let me just take out a few names. Falak, fine. So if Falak has made the project, and some Falak has made the intent, okay, that can be called by talk to Falak's resume. Fine. So talk to Falak's resume, and Falak has set some kind of welcome intent with that, hello ma'am, or hello sir, whatever she is setting up. So that is the welcome, hello ma'am, good evening, or sorry, not good evening, it's not always good evening. So hello ma'am or sir, so this is my resume, so hope you are going to like it. Fine. So this is the welcome intent, and then you will be processing to show the resume in the whatever way you have made it, whatever the approach you have taken to represent it to the user. Fine. Or to the client. So this is the default intent, and tomorrow you will be like engaging more. And I just need to show you like the interface, how it actually looks like, and how you're gonna work with this. So you can just build up the actions again if you want to do with it. And this is the overview of what you are creating. Fine. So if you want to quick setup, you can do with this. Build your actions. I have shown you this kind of thing. If you want to develop, you will be developing here, and you will be setting the invocations, and of course, if the very basic kind of thing that will be used, then you can test whatever you have made. You can test that here, and how even the interface and how it looks, that will be shown here. Then you can simply, after testing, if it has been like done successfully, then you can just go over and deploy things with the different things, with the different options. Fine. So this is the very basic thing. I hope you all got familiar with this interface, and you're not having any kind of issues with that. Fine. Okay. Let me just copy paste the link for you. Okay. So you can just go on this link and start exploring more options, and after that you will be seeing how you are gonna do wonders with it. Fine. Till now, if you're having any question, what we have done. Okay, no worries. Now what next is this. Okay. So there is how you can go and way to explore more. You can just see the different examples of this Google Assistant and how this actions on Google has been perform has been like implemented in a marvelous way. Right? You can just go on this link again. I'm copy pasting that in the chat, and you can just open up this link to explore more. So in the left side, you can just see there are different kind of different categories. Fine, to explore and to see like how this is actually work. The Google action on Google has been like implemented in a very beautiful way. Fine. So if you can see here, Google search is there, then info about the Google TV programs. So you need not to always wonder always create some kind of things. You can just explore the different actions on Google that has been performed, that has been made for you, and you can just go on exploring the different actions of Google projects, so that after exploring you will be getting up with the new ideas for that, of course. Like if- for getting the innovative ideas and new ideas, you have to explore a lot, right? So this is one of the that link I have copy pasted in that, so that will be helping you to explore more and more. So you can see there are so many of kind of things, motivational quote. So if you want to talk to motivational quote, go on your Google Assistant, say, "Hey Google, talk to motivational quote," and you'll be like using this Google Assistant. Fine. So actions on Google, sorry, Google Assistant. So this is available for this kind of devices. It is for the education and the reference. Of course, that has been categorized while you will be building the new actions. While you project, you have to mention which category like it comes under. Or fine. So this is the rating that has been given by the users or the clients. So you can see this is how your actions on Google Project will look like when you're gonna deploy, when you're gonna search for it, or when it comes up in the top searches, right? So food and drink, of course, that's my favorite one. So see, this is you need not to always wonder or always make like this. This has been this. I should make like this before making. Make sure that you have explored a lot, because sometimes what we try to make something new from our side. We think that this is a new idea that is coming into a market, but afterwards we came to know that has already been done by someone else. So before making something, uh, try to explore so you can make it better. And the more you can take the different approach to make it more better and advanced version of what has been done by them. Fine. So this link can be done. So this can be that can be used for that. Fine. So now what next? So this is all about the theoretical part that need not that actually needs to get clear. You need to get clear with, and you need to get clear with how it actually works. So if anyone is having doubt with the workflow of the dialog flow or any Google Assistant, how this is actually integrating with each other or helping each other to perform the better actions, so you can just reach out in the chat section. I will be explaining that again. But what next is actually your project. So tomorrow we will be building the project on your resume. You might wonder like your resume can be called with the help of the Google Assistant. You can just say like talk to as I have given the example of Palak's resume. So you can just say talk to Palak's resume, and the resume of Palak will come up at the screen, and it will be like showing you the accurate result. Fine. So that's how your new project is gonna look like. Uh, you can explore more. You can, if you are working with the IoTs, that is the best thing I felt about it. That integrating the actions on Google and Google Assistant with the IoTs, that will help you a lot, and to get the more advanced project, I would say, because getting smart, what I have written is like let's get smarter, right? So this is the way that you are gonna get smart. So making the smart home, making the smart office, the smart city project, that can be done with the help of the Google Assistant and with the help of this actions on Google. Fine. So if you're having any doubt with this dynamic actions being performed on this Google Assistant, okay. Okay, so is it the only question? After deploying a project, can anyone access it from the device? Yes, Pratham. After you have done, if you have deployed that successfully, then of course, uh, uh, similar like if you are using Google Assistant on your device, you can call to that. You can try with this the, little example that is talk to WTM Jalandhar, and you will be like get familiar with how it actually works. Fine. So yes, that's why I'm saying like we will be creating a new project tomorrow, and you will be wondering like how the Google Assistant is actually doing wonders for you and getting you the result. Okay. So I will get to this question in a few minutes. Let me see if there is any another question. Okay, my LinkedIn profile. Uh, I will share that on Discord for afterwards. So basically, Google Action is performed by the Google Action is performed by the help of the Google Assistant. That is a platform. Fine. Not exactly by the Google Assistant, but that is a platform that has been used to perform your particular action. Uh, Answering to the question of Vishal. Fine. Okay. So let me just reshare. Okay. So Nandini. Nandini, coming to your question, this is how you're gonna your dynamic kind of thing has been done. Like so, suppose as I've given the example of the sum. So let's not take the sum. Let's get some more advanced example. Maybe you are making the calculator, not only sum but actually the calculator. For I guess in the first year you must like that is the basic project to make a calculator in the Python language or any language. So you have coded that in that, right? So while making the calculator, you perform different actions, different operations. Sorry. So when you are actually defining different operations like the multiplication, addition, subtraction, so that is the you write code for that. Fine. So for writing code, you are taking the inputs from the user. Maybe you want like, okay, I will be adding up two numbers. I will be summing up two numbers. Just give me the first number. Fine. And then you store that particular number into the variable a, and then like similar like that second number to the and you store that to the b. Fine. And you perform action on that, like you store the value of output like a plus b into the c, and that c is actually giving you the result. Fine. So your here there has been mentioned like the parameter expression, that is actually the a and b, like the inputs that has been taken. Fine. And that will be stored here in the code. That code has to be written by ourselves. So into the code, like into the variable that is a and b, then we will be like printing the variable c here, like that is the output, and that is this output has been sent as the response to the Google Assistant, that is the platform again. So like I hope like that is how you are gonna work with a dynamic kind of thing, right? So you're making it more dynamic. So with the help of Dialogflow, you are gonna do this, fine. And Dialogflow fulfillment is gonna help you in this. So I hope that is clear. Okay, got it. That's great. If you have any another question, you can ask. Either we can conclude this session. Don't worry. You will be getting the practical demonstration. This is actually the important thing. If you don't know about the Dialogflow, if you don't know about what is this intent, you don't know the difference between the Google Assistant, that will be like hard enough to understand and directly getting you to the project, right? So that's why the day one has been given to the theory part, and for day two, we will be getting up to making your project on like on your resume, how you can make your own resume, and you will be like wondering, and you will be enjoying while creating. Trust me, you will be enjoying, and you will be seeing uh, how, and you will be like seeing like how this actions on Google can perform different tasks for you. Fine. So I hope that this has been clear. If uh, is it clear, everyone? Okay, great. I can see yes. Okay, so that's all for the day. I hope like you have enjoyed this session, and you will be like curious enough to make your own resume with the help of actions of Google and Google, and you can like show up your resume on the platform that is Google Assistant. Fine. So this is all from my side. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.